Howdy, hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys have all been doing really good. I hope you guys have been enjoying your week so far. Today, guys, I want to go ahead and talk about a few things regarding Gray Zone Warfare. I want to talk about the second part of the patch 2 playtest, which successfully wrapped up on the 23rd. If you're a channel member, then it's the day this video is available for you to watch. And if you're a regular viewer and want to watch my videos early, it's only 99 cents a month. I also want to talk about a Q&A that was exclusive for all community leaders of Gray Zone Warfare. Now, I do want to tell you guys that something cool about these Q&As is that, to my knowledge, they will be happening on a pretty frequent basis, and the questions that I submitted were from my community. So if you want your voice to be heard and you have questions for the devs, drop them in the comments below and I'll route them up the chain that I have. But yeah, I just want to make a video highlighting the answers that the developers gave my community for the questions that they had, and also give a general overview with some critiques about the patch 2 part 2 playtest. But before we get into it, like and sub for more content like this, chapters on the timeline so you can watch what you want. This video is brought to you by Level Up Apparel. Use code LVLUP10 level up 10 for 10% off any order over $20. Tap into the MOSHPIT, links down below. Okay, let's get into it. I want to start this video off by talking about the Q&A first, only because the direction of where GZW is going is really shining on this patch playtest, and they also talk about the future of Gray Zone Warfare in the Q&A. And like I mentioned in my last video, if you want to help them test these branches of the game, all you got to do is join the GZW Discord, join the testers channel, and stand by for further instruction. This entire Q&A was over 35 minutes long, and there were a lot of great questions asked. The devs were asked about future tasks, when we'll start seeing teasers for bigger content drops, more weapons, and of course, the AI. I presented 3 questions to the devs that my community asked, and those questions read as follows. Is there going to be more changes to the AI coming in the near future? Is the game coming to consoles within the next year or two? And are we going to see AI patrols similar to Ghost Recon Breakpoint coming into Gray Zone Warfare? Now, admittedly here, the first question and the last question sparked somewhat of the same response, but I want to break down the answers I was given for my questions. When I asked about the changes coming to the AI in the near future, this is the response I was given.
Everyone wanted to know about AI, but yes, the AI will indeed go through more changes and evolve over time. Currently, their capabilities are quite basic, but when Update 1 arrives, the AI will get new abilities, new behavior, utilizing cover, tactics, throwing frags. And these will always be ongoing improvements.
Now, the AI for Gray Zone Warfare has been a non-stop talking point for supporters and detesters of this title, and if you haven't heard it yet, I'll be the first one to tell you, the AI is slowly but surely getting better. It is still fundamentally rough, but it has gotten so much better since release. I love the idea of the enemies acting like other players might by taking cover and holding defensive angles, but I fear that the complexity of this system, although it would be extremely appreciated, would only continue to aid in the AI issues that are in the game right now. I do love that Devil Dog, Foxic, and the other devs basically said it's going to be a quote, an ongoing thing. You know, it's that transparency we know and love these guys for. But my point still stands that adding complexity to a system that's already complex will only make troubleshooting that much harder. And as far as quote update 1 is concerned, I'm not really sure what that means. Update 1 could be the day and night update, it could be 1.0 GZW, it could be just about anything. Moving on here, this is the response I was given when I asked if the game was coming to consoles within the next year or two.
You know, I think every PC game gets asked when it's coming to console, like immediately. Our goal though is to eventually release on console, but our current priority is to stabilize and complete the PC version. Once the PC version's in a solid and pretty feature complete state, we'll allocate resources to develop a console version. But we don't have an ETA for consoles at this time at all. Focus primarily on PC right now.
It's nice to see that these guys are at least acknowledging the possibility of having a console release in the future, but for all my console peeps and console viewers, please keep this thought in mind. Merrick has stated multiple times that this game is going to be a long haul project, meaning it's going to take years before the game is in a state where they can start working on a console build. Making a console port for a PC game essentially means you have to build 2 different versions of your game. This will also depend on if the game still has a high demand for console by the time Gray Zone Warfare fully releases releases out of early access in about 6 or 7 years. I also didn't mention that there might be more devs that have to be hired for them to work solely on the console version of the game, and that's just money and time that these guys I don't think have right now. They're focused on the upfront product, they're focused on the PC product, they're focused on their most popular product right now, getting it squared away and fixed up, and then they'll worry about console if the demand is high enough, like I said. Now, the last question, and probably the one I am most excited about, is the possibility of convoys similar to Ghost Recon Breakpoint being in Gray Zone Warfare, and this is the response I was given.
Mara has frequently expressed his vision of creating a living world with the AI that have their own lives. The AI will patrol, they will move around the map, and with day and night cycle release, they will be active during the day and return to their base to sleep at night. So yeah, you will see them around in the world.
Right off rip, I had no idea that AI were going to be somewhat sentient and aware of day-night cycles once the day-night update drops. Outside of that, having mobile convoys of the AI will make the map feel more lively. There are times where I'm walking between LZs or objective points, everyone in my area got turned into some goddamn Swiss cheese, but I still got plenty of ammo for those fuck around and find out parties. And I think to myself, what would I do if I seen a 2006 Toyota Tacoma driving down the road with 6 people in it? It's exciting, it's anxiety inducing. It's what would take this game to the next fucking level that many of us want it to be at. So to hear that these mobile convoys are coming a lot sooner than I expected is great to hear. Nothing set in stone in terms of a release date, but still, it's really cool to hear this. So those were the questions that my community asked. If you want to see the full Q&A, I got the link for it in the pinned comment. Now let's go ahead and talk about my experience with the second patch 2 playtest. First things first, I immediately noticed that my frame rate was slightly better. I seen an increase of about 10 to 20 frames on average as opposed to the live version of the game. This was observed while at base, in Bandpaw, at Hunter's Paradise, and in thick foliage right outside of Fort Nerith. Once me and my brother started going through some of these areas and engaging with the AI, we noticed that the AI had some serious work done to them. They aren't perfect by any means, but it was more than noticeable. The AI in the test branch of the game seemed to be night and day when compared to the live version of Gray Zone Warfare. There's a lot of people in their Discord who openly talk about this in the testing chat. Like, for example, very rarely would I encounter an AI combatant that ate half a mag, or in some cases a full mag to the face, and live. Since I primarily run AK platforms in the live version of the game due to 7.62 ammo being easier to find and the damage output being slightly higher, I tried all the different ammo types for the AR platform, those being the FMJs, hollow points, and even soft point ammunition, and they all behaved better in the branch build than in the live version. And they all behaved better fundamentally in this branch build than in the live version of the game. These issues have me genuinely curious about something though. If the AI in the live version of the game have more issues than the AI in the branch build, the only thing I can think of is server-side desync. The playtest servers run at far less capacity, so it would only make sense, right? But for right now, they are trying their best to combat these issues and even acknowledge it in the test form. But again, this is why they want more people playtesting. They want to stress every possible facet of this game so they can better dictate where the most support is needed. A few more small issues I had in the playtest were LZ timers not being visible at all. I don't know if that was on purpose or it's a glitch, but yeah, not a fan either way. Frame rate while being scoped in is still all over the place. I go from having 120 frames down to 65 just from ADSing with a scope. For me and my system, it's noticeable, but it's not disorienting, but for other people, it could be nausea inducing. I've played this game on 3 different graphics cards and all of them had the same issue. My 6800 XT before it took a shit and died had this issue. The 3060 12GB Ventus 2X I had made using scopes almost impossible. And even with my 4070 Ti Super, the issue is still there, but it's the smoothest experience by far. If there's a way that you guys can smooth this out so it's a lot better for everybody, that would be much appreciated. I've also seen a few people in the testing chat mention that they are still not spawning in with a gamma container. And for those of you who have been around since the release of this game, you would know that that issue in particular has been around since day 1 of launch. And I think a lot of people, to include the devs, are coming to a point now where they're just like, yeah, we have no fucking clue why this keeps happening. All in all, I am proud of the continuous work these guys are putting into Gray Zone Warfare, making it one of the best games on Steam right now that you can play. So fucking A, guys, job well done. Have you guys been playing Gray Zone Warfare recently? If so, let me know how it is down in the comments below. And while you're there, go ahead and hit that like button, that sub button, and smash that notification bell for more content like this. And as always, my name is Redbeard Mortis. Speak loud, speak the truth, and I will see you in the next one.